Good job. The easiest way to teach door boundaries is if your dog already knows how to stay. If they know how to stay, that's great. You pick a spot, you ask them to stay, you practice opening the door just a little bit, keeping your body to keep it blocked, and rewarding them for not moving. You keep doing that until they get used to. Open door does not mean bolting. That means watching you and staying when you ask. Now, if your dog does not know how to stay, I suggest using a leash or a slip lead on your dog to prevent them from bolting out the door. This is just a safety measure that I suggest using if you don't trust that your dog is not going to throw themselves out the door the second they can. Now, when using a slip lead, I'm just going to have him sit and I'm going to use the leash to my advantage. I'm going to open the door just a little bit while I keep him in place. I let him hang out for a second while the door is open, while I'm still blocking the door, and I shut the door. And then I let go of any tension that I had on the leash. Good job. So just using the leash to my advantage to keep him from bolting out the door, I open the door. He can look, watch me. Then I have him give me his attention. I shut the door again, and I reward him. Door boundaries is a lot of consistent doing the same thing over and over. I suggest practicing this every day if you want your dog to get very solid on it. So just with the leash, asking him to stay while I put a little tension on his leash. I open the door a bit, keeping my body to block it. Let go of the tension if he's not trying to leave out the door, and I reward him. You want to build up to opening the door further and further and not using your body as a blocking tool once you trust your dog is not going to bolt. Yes. And you just practice with the door being open for a few seconds. You reward the behavior of them staying in your house and not trying to run away. And you just keep building up from that. You want to keep continuing on this every day or every time you can, because this is something that they're going to get better at the more you consistently work on it. Once your dog is getting good about staying where you're asking them to, with the leash on, you can practice dropping the leash and taking a few steps away from your dog and rewarding them for staying. You can build up on you walking right outside your door, just right here where you can still block them if they try to leave, and practice them staying. The more you work on this, the better. Your dog will start to understand that an open door does not mean free rein. That means to look to you to see what you're going to ask of them. The more you consistently work on this, the better your dog will get at it. You can start to further the distance of how many steps away you take. Using your body as a barrier, keep up building that with them. Anytime they get up to follow you, put them right back where they were and take a few steps back and rework with them on that in a closer distance than you were. And before you know it, you will be able to fully open your door without your dog bolting out of it, even if you step through it, step back in. Your dog's going to look to you to see what you want from them. Good job, bud. Good boy.